What's up everybody? Good evening and welcome to What's Up episode 55. I'm a bit late to the party, which is why I'm already on the starting pen, just 1 minute and 20 seconds away from starting the PAC or PAC Sub 2 ride tonight. I thought that'd be a great way to keep my legs spinning in this week leading up to my sportive that I've got on Saturday. And still feeling it a little bit in my legs from the WKG lava laps on Sunday, which was mind-blowingly good fun, by the way, as if you couldn't tell from my forum posts and the race video, the ride video. This is always a great ride. I've only done a couple of the PAC rides, and they're always huge events, really well controlled and led by Steve Clogg, who is in there now. I can see putting out the commands for everybody to get their legs spinning with just 30 seconds to go. We've got 235 riders in here. I think Kenneth Scramstead from the WKG forum is in here somewhere. I'm pretty sure he was part of this ride. But I'll keep an eye out for any other familiar names as we go. This is 3 laps of the Watopia Volcano flat course, which is actually, as I saw that, it occurred to me, I think I've actually only done one route on the volcano, which is that counterclockwise route. So this will be interesting. And here we go. It's a sub 2, so no need to go bursting off at the start. That said, as we experienced on Sunday, even at a modest pace, modest power output in a large group, if you are unlucky enough to get spat out the back at any point, it takes some real effort to get back in again. Right on cue, there is Kenneth with a ride on. Thank you, buddy. I can't see you on my screen at the moment, so I will look out for you. And as soon as I do spot you, I will fire a ride on back your way. I've kept my glasses on tonight, as you can see, because I wasn't planning on sweating too much. Hey P. Santa Maria, thank you very much for the ride on, my friend. Yeah, I kept the glasses on thinking this shouldn't be too sweaty, this one. It's quite chilly outside. I've got the back door open, got the fan on. Shouldn't be pushing myself too hard, but I'm already getting a bit of a sweat on, to the point where my glasses are slipping down my nose already. So, hey Padron, good to see you. Thanks for the ride on. Again, I didn't catch whether you had the PAC in your name then, so I'm not sure if you're in this race. Sorry, it's not a race, it's a ride. This is a steady paced sub 2 ride. There is Mr. Scramstead. Great to see you, Kenneth. A great ride in the WKG on Sunday. Really strong performance. Right on, my friend. Now, I think I saw Jane just a little bit further up. There she is. Now, is this going to be 2 in a row successfully clicking on Jane for a ride on without it crashing Zwift? Let's take a chance. Hey. Ride on, Jane. Aha! And Mr. Wilson is in here as well. Ride on, my friend. I've got to try and see where I am in relation to this group. Whee, it dropped off the back a little bit. I know, I'm right with Kenneth. That's all right. Kenneth will always get me out of trouble if I drop off. he's an expert at dropping back and giving me a bit of a tow. Right, so we've dropped off the beacon, the leader, Steve Clogg, just a little bit. So we'll just have a little stamp on the pedals, just try and pull things back in. So that was a harder push for a little while, but didn't need an awful lot. Just sort of hovering above 2.1, 2.2 watts per kilogram for a little while, and we've managed to bring this bunch back in. So we're now sitting in a huge group. And instantly, as soon as you get in amongst a big bunch like this, you can see the effect it has. You just knock the power straight back, but you seem to be carrying the same amount of speed. It's brilliant. I don't really do, as I'm sure you know, I don't really do much outdoor group riding. Very little, in fact. And sorry, P. Kawakowski from Team Type 1, thank you very much for the ride on, my friend. Yeah, so I've never really managed to experiment with the effects of the draft whilst out on the road. Other than in my very early stages of cycling, I was riding to Box Hill of all places. I was coming out of Reigate towards Dorking, and this group of sort of 3 or 4 riders, in fact I think there were 4 or 5 of them, came past me and just sort of gave a shout to jump on their wheel. And I don't know whether it was just the enthusiasm from being a new rider and being asked to sort of join in with someone else's ride, or full-on aerodynamic effect. But it made a stretch of road that is normally a bit of a slog. It made it go very quickly and very easily compared to previous efforts. So I think it's a combination of both. Obviously the draft, but I certainly was. I felt quite sort of honoured to be included in what looked like quite an organised little group ride from these guys. Now this is how you lead a ride. I think this is a really good example to everybody, including myself, of how to lead a ride. Steve Clogg, the leader, is literally calling out his position at every turn and every junction. So the whole field, be it the guys that have gone shooting off the front or anyone that's dropped off the back, know exactly what's going to be required in order to regroup. You know exactly where the main bunch is all the time. Now, I think that's the best way to do it. It's all very well doing what I did, sort of shouting out sort of power output that's needed to try and close a group. But for the individual, if I was 10 seconds off the back of this and I saw Steve's message coming up saying, I don't know, just reached the Italian village, I'd know exactly how far and how much effort I'm going to have to put in to try and pull back a 10-second gap to that point. Hi Nick Pritchard, thank you very much for the ride on, buddy. Alright, okay, so this is new for me. We've done the left turn at the water fountain just as we enter the Italian village. So this is uncharted territory for myself at the moment. Thank you SW from the WBR for the ride on. Okay, so pace should be about 34 kilometres an hour. I'm going 41 at the moment. But I don't think I'm too far ahead of the leader, if ahead at all. Thank you, M. Sandyford, for the ride on. I'm going to start firing some out in a little while. Usual thing, I just like to sort of settle down a little bit into a group, into a pace. And because I get so easily distracted in terms of my pedal rhythm when I start doing ride-ons or typing messages. Oh, that was nice. SW, thank you, buddy. Shouting out ride-ons for the WKG crew. Good man. You must be in here somewhere. Now, we had this before, actually. I remember, was it Keith Denton? No, Steve. Oh, I can't remember who it was. It was somebody whose name was just coming up as initials, and I don't think it was something they had done deliberately. So I'm now thinking, I've not seen Spencer White's name on here for a little while. Is SW Spencer White? And if so, apologies if I've not recognised that before. Let's just put in another little bit of a kick, tighten things up with the race leader. Sorry, the ride leader. Got to stop doing that. Thank you, Jane, for the ride on. So you give me a ride on back doesn't crash my system anymore either, so we're all good. I've got my Wi-Fi working again as well now, and my broadband, which is nice. I was sweating a bit on the WKG ride, doing that amount of time using just my mobile data to power Zwift. And I did have Discord on, or tried to have Discord on as well for that race. And luckily, 4G performed admirably. But it's nice to have the broadband switched back on again. Sounds like it might have been a case of vandalism of why it wasn't working. There were cables that had been clearly unbolted and removed from some of the telephone masts around where I live. It wouldn't surprise me, there's some troublesome little kids around this way, as I'm sure there are everywhere. Alright, looks like are we coming up to complete the first lap? We're 10 k's in with 24 to go, so where's the, not sure where the lap banner has gone, or whether this particular route even goes through that. Maybe not, or I completely missed it. Anyway, I think we're about one lap in, roughly. I'll start firing out some names of those around me. We have, they all started jumping around as soon as I tried to read them. N. Canning, B. Claude, P. Lidster, N. Schwartz, C. Hinsley, C. Daniel, C. Hawks, G. Rees, N. Voller, M. Skjoldal. I'm gonna guess at that one, Skjoldal. Kenneth Scramstad's there. Hey, John Grenfell, thank you very much, my friend, for the ride on. T. Howard. Oh, I don't know what that was. Oh, Backman, I think it might have been. N. Henson, C. Smith, P. Jensen, E. Bronze, P. Newman, D. Hunter, O. Bjolverud. Oops, see, look. Started reading out names, not concentrating, and I managed to put 30 metres out on the leader. So ease off a little bit. See, there's there's Olaf Bonk from Team Type 1. Right on, buddy. Good to see you in here. Click home quickly to see where I am. Aha, right, there we go. Now I'm right back with the leader. Okay, yeah, I get it now. So we've come out just before this, the bridge that goes down to the original start-finish line, or the rock underpass, as Steve very eloquently put it. So that's a lap. That's a flat volcano route lap. Now I know. One unfortunate side effect of having lost my broadband was that I wasn't able to upload the video for the Lava Laps ride race until this morning. I started uploading it, and certainly fixing my broadband hasn't improved the speed of it. So it was still going when I first joined this race, so I'd imagine it'll still be uploading when I finish this ride as well. But at least I should be able to get this one edited and uploaded a lot quicker. Thanks to everybody that streamed it, by the way. Again, I've not actually managed to watch any of them. I've been busy with work, not wanting to use up my data just in case I needed it for work. And I've not managed to watch any of the recordings from the streams, other than I clicked on a few where I was trying to verify the results, which proved to be a really tricky task, because I had two things to look for, or three things rather. One, that everybody had the correct category in their name. Two, that they were behind me at the start of that final lap. And then obviously three, the finishing order. So apologies for the confusion. I know we announced, hey, A Detail from WKG. Thank you very much, my friend, for the ride on. Good to see you. And welcome to the forum as well. It's great to have you there. Yeah, sorry, So apologies for the sort of amended and re-amended results. I hate having to exclude anybody, but I just had to look at the fairest way of doing it based on what was there in black and white. I mean, it's really difficult because particularly when it comes to sort of miscategorising yourself, it's so easily done. I've had races where amazingly I should have been a B, and others where I'd be struggling to hang on to a D. And if I were to have a good couple of races now, which would suggest I was possibly B category, and then enter myself into a race as a C, only to then be disqualified from that because based on recent results I possibly should have been a B, I'd feel a bit disgruntled, which is why I found it so hard that I had to apply the same kind of rules with the results of the WKG race. So we got there in the end anyway, I think, in what turned out to be the fairest way. It was actually really tight anyway, because it was just effectively a 4.5k race at the end of a long ride. The splits between everybody were tiny, so it was any of those guys that didn't make it, didn't actually win their category, there were tenths of seconds separating lots of you, so you're all winners. I was the only one that backed out of that lap, I think, and soft pedaled my way around it so that I could keep an eye on what was going on out the front. So it seemed like everybody else had the power in their legs after 105 kilometres or whatever it was we'd done to still up their game and go for a win, which was brilliant to see. Such great fun. I couldn't have believed the amount of people that turned up. It's absolutely amazing. I got a taste of what Steve must feel. He leads these races out with many more riders every single week or every single ride compared to my WKG one. But my heart was literally thumping with excitement as I saw the numbers appearing on the start pen, and then finally hitting 195, I think it was, as we rolled off. It was just incredible. My kids were really excited by it as well, as you probably will have heard from the video. Thank you, D Hunter, for the ride on. Thank you very much. Thank you, Craig, for the ride on, Mr. Craig Sharp. I think Craig was one of the guys live streaming at the weekend, so thanks for that, buddy. I feel bad, I'm doing someone else's ride and I keep referring back to the WKG one, but if I'm honest with you, I'm still buzzing from it. Amazing experience. I'm trying to think of how to schedule more rides that can actually be more inclusive in terms of time zones. There seemed to be quite a good, a big shout to do that, the Lava Laps 100 again. The format worked really well, I thought, but I'm not sure everyone would want to do it every week for a start, and we'd have to try and mix the times up because 10:30 in the morning GMT is obviously about 5:30 in the morning for most of America, Canada, and so we excluded quite a few guys. There were some Americans and Canadians that joined us, so fair play to you guys, that was amazing. Even though it was my own event, I wouldn't have got out of bed at 4:30 in the morning to ride that one. So well done, guys. But picking up on something I mentioned in the last video, I really would like to do a stage race. But I want to make sure I put a fair bit of thought into it so I know exactly the format and how to do the points and scoring and keep an eye on finishing positions, etc. Because just that one ride, like I said, it's actually really tricky to get the results correct. It didn't help that it didn't appear on Zwift Power. No one quite knows why. I did speak to Glenn Knight and he seemed as confused as I did. It could very well be down to the fact that it was classed as a ride and not a race, being that obviously it was only the last 4.5 kilometres that were technically a race. But I had set it so the finishing order did come up in Zwift, so Zwift saw it as a race, but unfortunately Zwift Power didn't. So lessons learned there. I'll just make sure it's definitely a race format next time we do it. But yeah, any suggestions on how a 3 or 4 stage stage race could work, let me know. I know ODZ have successfully done it in the past, and others I'm sure. I like not to copy other formats if I can, to make it a little bit more interesting, or not more interesting, just different. We've obviously got new courses that are coming soon, based on strong rumours. The extension to this volcano route, an extension to London, so that'll obviously open up even more possibilities. In terms of a kind of regular schedule, I think I'd like to have sort of 1 week endurance based, and the next week a shorter, sharper effort, and mix it up that way. Unless I've got anyone else in WKG that wants to volunteer as a ride leader that could maybe do a midweek race or event as well, just so that we've got the capability of increasing the amount of events on the calendar, but basically I don't burn myself out too much doing them all. I'll find it hard not to compete in them, even if I wasn't the ride leader. If there's a WKG event going on, I'd struggle not to jump in on it anyway. I had some amazing sort of impromptu sweepers on Sunday as well. Really nice to see. Apologies if I miss any names, but Matt Rhys-Evans was the one that really springs out. He dropped back so frequently and kept an eye on things behind me. Brought not slower, but riders that had dropped off, brought them back into the pack. Gave the relevant sort of shout outs to make sure that everybody ahead knew what was going on behind. Kev Stephen as well, quite regularly shouting out to the faster group to ease off the pace and giving time gaps. And it really was a team effort organising that race, and it worked so nicely. Anyway, back to this race. I feel bad, sorry Steve, I should be fully engrossed with what's going on here. I'm going to shout out who I've got around me again. Let's have a look, see if I can do it a bit better than I did before. We've got M Sandiford, P Alexo, M Skjoldal, G Vine, O Bjolvarad, Larson, A ZVA, J Butcher, A Philippe Silva, C Hinsley or Hinley, M Struve, B Gardner, D Hill, J Brimble, S Lacey, C Hawks, B Claude, R Kramer. I think I managed to get most of the names on my screen then. R Gary is one that's popped up. Right on to all of you. See Chip Sleeper from Ride On for Health in there. Just give them a shout out and a ride on. While I'm here, I do have to shout out to, well, firstly to Sean Lowe from WKG for the ride on. Thank you, Sean. Always appreciated. And that wasn't what I was going to say, but good timing. Shout out to the New England Patriots. I'm not a follower of American football. I struggle to follow it, if I'm honest. But I've seen the odd Super Bowl and managed to just sort of get engrossed in the spectacle of it all. Not a Lady Gaga fan either, so that passed me by. But the nature of the win and obviously the comeback, pretty spectacular. So well done to those guys and any of their fans that are watching this, of which I think there are a few that I've spotted in the forum. Okay, so we do bypass the lap counter and the lap banner. I wonder how I'd missed that the first time around, but yeah, we actually go on this little kind of slip road that bypasses it altogether. That was a bit confusing though, that stream of lava, for a second there I thought that was the ride leader's beacon going off the wrong way. But I'm pretty sure he's still with me. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, he's right with me. Good stuff. Just having a good look at my avatar, trying to make sort of direct comparisons on the physique. Pretty accurate, I'd say. I'm not quite that tanned anymore. I have nothing like that kind of definition in my arms and my legs. As we swing around, let's see if we've got the old pregnant belly going on. Nah, looking reasonably slender there. So a custom sort of adjustment would be useful, so we can basically just determine our own body shape. That'd be nice. And as previously mentioned, facial hair, please. Surely that must be right up on their list of priorities of things that they need to sort out and Zwift. Facial hair. Thank you G Marshall for the ride on. As we dip inside the last 9 kilometres now. So it's basically out of here, down to the Italian village, swing left past that water feature, then back up into the volcano, under the rocky bridge, or stone underpass I think you called it. Thank you T Lord, sorry just caught that out of the corner of my eye. Thank you for the ride on. Under the stone bridge and down to the finish line. It's been a perfect ride actually, exactly what I needed. It's not too strenuous on the legs or the lungs, but it's certainly good enough to get the heart rate up a little bit, although you'll notice I'm not wearing my heart rate monitor. It was playing up earlier and didn't look like it was going to work at all, so I just ditched it for this. I'll try and get it fixed before Saturday's sportive. I've just signed up for another one. It's a ride that I did last year as well. In fact, it was my first ever group ride, and it was for I've mentioned it before, it's for Action Medical Research for Children, and it's TV personality Davina McCall is the ride leader, and it's a nice route actually. It's about 100k again, I think 60 odd miles. A few nasty little kicks in it, but nothing too strenuous. Some really good feed stops and a cracking barbecue and massage at the end of it, so I'm looking forward to that. That's on the 25th of June in Sussex, around Sussex and Surrey. So anyone watching fancies joining in on that, that'd be fantastic. Run through a few names again, shall I? Around me I've got Lisa just in front of me, APAL just behind, going a little bit further back, Van Loo, Bradbury, Lidster, Connor, Quaverine I think that is, Quaverine, terrible, Powell, Sayer, Van Overbeck. Now I've got a hunch that I said that one quite well, Van Overbeck. And then ahead, Bamford, Lisa, J Price, A Pinats, N Williams, M Henderson, R Barkman. I think that's everybody, because the other names up there have come past me. Ken is still up there, a few seconds ahead. I'll chase him down. He might want to go for a sneaky sprint right at the end. That'd be good fun. In fact, I won't chase him down because I'm ahead of the leader, so I'll wait for him to come back towards me, which I'm sure he will do. He's a very good group rider. His old Kenneth Scramstad. Thank you, P. Somerville, for the ride-on. It's sadly raining ride-ons all around me. I think Steve Clogg had given the shout while I was busy already giving ride-ons. I think everybody's now, in this last 5 kilometres, decided to show their appreciation for each other, which is always good to see. Thank you, C. Savage, for your ride-on. I have no way of knowing if you're one of the ones I've already done it to, because I just sort of clicked randomly through the field. Thank you, T. O'Grady, for the ride-on. E. Blackmore, thank you very much. G. Anderson, thank you. They're all flying through now. G. Appleby. G. Appleby's right behind me, so I can give him or her a ride-on quite easily if I haven't already. Nope, I haven't. Ride on, G. Appleby. I've lost sight of the leader for the moment, so I'm not sure where I am. Oh no, yeah, he's fine. Just a second or two ahead. This is another nice route, I have to say. So far I've done the volcano counterclockwise 25 times in one ride, and it actually went really well. Really like that route for long distances. It counts down really quickly. Now this one for what will be 36.5 kilometres. I really like it as well. Not too much climbing, but not pan flat. So a couple of chances to get out of the saddle, stretch the legs a bit, which is nice. So kudos to the Zwift team for another great design. I have no doubt that the volcano mountain climb route will be pretty spectacular as well. I love the original mountain when that first opened. Still do. I just I don't ride it as much as I should, but I actually prefer that for racing than just for a casual, gentle ride. I like the idea of grinding way up to the KOM in a race. It's always good, and kind of completely by surprise, it actually seems to suit my racing style more than anything flatter. Is really strange. So as I was saying earlier, I'd be really interested if anyone's got any ideas for future events that they would like to see as regular events on WKG. Thank you, Ray Featherstone, for the ride-on. Please pop your ideas as my network disappears, and so do 240 riders. Got one of them back. Just me and you, Mr. Sandyford, till the end. Nope, he's gone. Right, while I wait and hope that they all reappear. Yeah, please, any suggestions of something you'd like to see as either races or group rides or events, pop them in the comments or in the WKG forum. Okay, we're into the last 1400 metres. I don't see anyone bursting away for a sprint just yet. I'm not sure where this is going to finish then. It's not going to be on the start banner if we've only got now 1200 metres to go. Or is it? Maybe it is. Thank you, S. Creary, for the ride on. Okay, so it looks like we are going to finish on the start-finish line. A few guys kicking the power up already. Could be quite good fun if we get embroiled in a nice little sprint to the line. Oh, there's a few of them going for it now. Is that Jay Sayer, I think that is? I'm going to make him my target. Here we go. I'm coming for you, Jay Sayer. Means absolutely nothing. And he's still ahead of me. How's that happen? Oh. Oh. Brilliant. Thank you guys. Thank you Steve for the leadership. Impeccable as always. Whew. Alright, I'm going to pedal softly, try and catch my breath. So please jump in on the WKG forum with any ideas you've got for future events, or just to have a chat and see what's going on. Check out when the vlogs are going to be made, which races, which rides, and it's just a great fun little group to jump in on. We had an influx of new members over the weekend, which was fantastic. So we topped, we got over the 100 mark of new members, which was absolutely brilliant. I can't quite believe it, if I'm honest. I was shocked when we got to sort of 20, then 30, and it's really nice to see it grow. And it hasn't changed the feel or the spirit of the group at all. It's not to say if we get into the thousands it wouldn't change, but at the moment, it just feels like a really nice, personal, intimate little group. So please check it out. Look out for the videos. And as I say, leave comments about any ideas you've got, anything you'd like to see, anything you'd like to take part in. And we'll see what we can come up with. So, thank you very much guys for watching. Oh, very quickly, I managed to send out the certificates today for the winners from WKG. So hopefully you've got those. If you haven't got them, give me a shout. Not the most exciting prize in the world, but just a little memento of being the winners of our first ever official event for the group. So well done to you guys, and thanks everybody for watching and for riding tonight, and I will catch you on the next one. Ciao.